All right, so here's our demo. You're going to take your two rubber bands or rubber band-like objects, hair ties, elastic loops on a couple identical masks, whatever you got. And each one of these individually we know can act as a scale. And so, for example, if I want to use one of my hands to pull on the other hand, I can measure how hard I'm pulling. So if I want to pull really hard, I pull so the rubber band stretches a lot, and I can tell because the rubber band is stretching a lot that I'm pulling really hard. If I want to not pull as hard, I could set it up like this, and I can tell that I'm not pulling as hard. If I want to maybe think of it as pulling with two different fingers, so I could set it up so I've got each of two different fingers is going to do the pulling. And so I could pull equally hard with both fingers, or I could pull, can I? Am I flexible enough? When I hold it like this, I can feel that my pinky, this one that I'm waving around, is definitely pulling a whole lot harder than my pointer finger. You can see that it's stretched more, and I can just feel that my pinky is working a whole lot harder. And so I can measure how hard my different fingers are pulling in this case, because the further it stretches, the more it's pulling. The thing is, what we would like to do is actually have your two hands pull on each other. And if both of your hands are pulling on each other, that means we actually need a scale, a force measuring device for each one of your hands, which is why we have two rubber bands. And your hands are going to be pulling on each other, which means that we need to attach the rubber bands to each other. And so the easiest way to do this, so just have one sort of, on top of the other like this. And then if you just bring this two sides up, so it's making like a taco shape, and then just fold one loop inside. And then you can just sort of pull that through, and then just, don't break it, but get it nice and snug. And now we have two scales that are attached to each other. And so individually, this one can measure how hard this hand is pulling. This one can measure how hard this hand is pulling. And not surprisingly, right, if I take both of my hands and pull equally hard, they stretch equally far. What you need to do is set this up and take both of your hands. And what I want you to do is figure out how do you pull harder with one hand than the other hand. So when you pull, instead of here when I'm pulling equally hard with both hands, they both stretch out. What I want you to do is pull harder with either your right hand or your left hand, or you could even, maybe an easier way to think of it is don't pull with one hand, only pull with the other hand. And if you're doing it right, if you find the way to do it, you should be able to get it so that as you pull, only one of the rubber bands, whichever hand you are pulling out, is the one that is stretching, and the hand you are not pulling with, its rubber band will not stretch. So try to figure out a way to do that. And then once you get it, record a video of yourself doing it. Or in this case, since this one's a little trickier, if you are not able to get it, record a video of yourself at least attempting to do it, and so I can at least see that you've tried to do it even if you weren't able to figure it out. And then there will be some discussion questions you can answer described in the assignment if you were able to actually figure it out. And if you weren't able to figure it out, we can still learn something from that. And so there will be some questions you can answer if you weren't able to figure out how to do it.